billion. Excuse me. Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn of the great state of Tennessee is at Eagle Pass, Texas right now. You see her in brand new video that she has given the Faulkner Focus. She's getting another firsthand look at Biden's border crisis. And the senator sits on several committees, as you know, Judiciary, Veterans Affairs, Finance, and Commerce. She joins us now live. Senator, thank you. I do want to start with what you've seen today, because what people are saying is, well, it's a cooler part of the year. The flow has stopped. I just showed brand new video. The flow has not stopped.
You're right about that. The flow has not stopped, and we were just out on the river, just got off the airboat. And even though here in Eagle Pass they have containers, fencing, razor wire, you still have people that are trying to cross. And this is because the cartels continue to tell them, Harris, now is the time to come. And the Biden administration took 94 executive actions in 100 days. This is their intent, an open border. I don't think they're going to do anything to stop it. That's why it is so important that we pass a couple of pieces of legislation I have. One is the Container Act, which allows states and cities to put up the fencing, the razor wire, the containers, and put temporary barriers in place. And the other is the Clear Act that says if you're an illegal alien in this country, you are apprehended for committing a crime, then that local law enforcement agency calls ICE, and ICE has to deport you. Then they have to pay the law enforcement agency back for the money that they have spent in apprehension, prosecution, detention of someone that's illegally in this country.
Wow, that whole remuneration process is fascinating. No one is having that conversation. Senator, I want to tell our viewers, I've stood where you're standing, and they're looking for illegals on the river. So behind you is one of those airboats that you were talking about. They're doing their magnificent work that they do, our Border Patrol, and there might be times that it's hard to hear you, but we get the picture. Real quickly, that bill that they first had in the Senate, that sat since last May, still has not been looked at by Democrats, is my understanding. So it is such a false flag for Democrats to say, and the President of the United States to say, we're going to wait on Congress to do something about this. They didn't look at one that they had. They only want everybody to look at theirs. And here we stand. And he can take executive action. This is an emergency.
That is right. He could take these actions, and you're so right. H.R. 2, the House border security bill, not an immigration bill, a border security bill, has been in the Senate since last May, and they have chosen not to take this action. Now, here in Eagle Pass, the state of Texas is spending billions of dollars with the buoys and the containers and the wire and the fencing. And they're securing this. The numbers are way down. And Harris, you've been here in Shelby Park. I was here last in January of 23, and it's astounding how different it is right now because the illegal entrants are not pouring across the border. It is very difficult for them to get in. You mentioned El Paso. We know that they are streaming through Arizona right now.
Yes.
But the goal is to secure this border and stop illegal entry.
Senator, thank you so very much for the time. And again,
you got it.
It's important for us to see it and for our leadership to be there. Appreciate it.
You got it. Thank you. Take